Hi, I'm Nasreen Amri, the founder of Carrorism, and
I'm Fonde Burgess, the Carrorist spokesperson.
Carrorism I define as the lawful use of kindness and love for oneself and others in pursuit of the optimum welfare for all living things. Carrorism is a positive psychology practice, and today we're so happy to announce that this is the beginning of our new show called Carrorist Conversations.
Sorry.
Very exciting stuff. So each episode, we will discuss one of the 7 principles of the carrorist mindset, which include adversity as an ally. That's what we'll be discussing today.
That's why we're also laughing.
Yeah, adversity as an ally, because we actually recorded our whole first show and had to hit record.
Yeah.
So
that was
and
good.
here we are laughing. So
Yes. The next one is
follow your heart, hero consciousness, pursuing the optimum, conscious acts of kindness, collaboration, and staying curious in the face of uncertainty. So I created the Carrorist mindset, these 7 principles, to help all of us practice our positive psychology.
Yeah.
And to do that, each one of these episodes will include a healthy word of the day to boost our psychological and emotional immune system.
And we don't know which one it is. That's why we have them on those wonderful little Post-it notes.
And also we'll share a news story, a quote, or a person that celebrates one of the 7 principles of the Carrorist mindset.
Yeah.
And then we'll conclude with a question about carrorism.
Yeah.
So today it's our first episode,
Yes.
and the principle is adversity as an ally. So yeah, we're cracking up.
Yeah.
So let's just start off with
A healthy word?
a healthy word of the day.
All right. And before we pick one out, I just want to say that the fun thing about having a healthy word in your day, some of the benefits to having a healthy word, is that it always gives your mind a chance to pause and be positive. Mm-hmm. And if you meditate on it for longer than a minute and a half, you begin to put yourself into a positive state of mind and reap all the benefits awaiting for that transition if you find yourself shifting into something negative. So why don't we go ahead and grab the healthy word of the day out of the jar? Do I get to pick or do you get to pick?
Please.
Oh,
Be my guest.
why thank you. Let's see what it is. Collaborate. A little collaboration.
All right.
That's what we've been doing here. We've been doing a little
Fantastic.
collaboration. I love
Collaboration.
it. So one of our personal challenges we've given each other, we talked about it the other day, is we'll try to use the word in our conversation throughout as we share one of the stories, people, mm-hmm. or news stories, people, or quotes mm-hmm. as we talk about one of these things. So we'll see if we can get collaboration to show up.
Collaborate.
Yes.
Oh, do you want to ask Siri? Maybe we can get the
definition.
Yeah.
You know what? I will ask Siri. Thank you.
Is Siri gonna be loud enough so they can hear? Or?
I don't know if Siri will be. You know what? I was going to just type in. How about I just type in collaboration or collaborate?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll type in collaborate. Let me give you the definition. So what we have talked about is that oftentimes we think we know the definition. We have a general idea. I'm sure most of you do. Here is the definition of collaborate. It's a verb. Work jointly on an activity, especially to produce or create something. So to work jointly on an activity, especially to produce or create something. All right.
Okay.
Collaborate.
We got it.
All right. One of the synonyms is cooperate. Just so you know.
Thank you.
I saw that while the phone was closing. I got excited.
All right. Well,
I'm a healthy word junkie.
I do know that. So, all right.
You gonna go first?
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right.
So.
You go ahead.
Okay. Speaking of collaboration, the person that I chose, she is one of the most influential designers of all times, and she definitely used adversity as an ally.
All right.
Okay? Like, she definitely saw it that way in her life. So, some of the challenges that she went through, she was born into poverty.
All right.
In Paris in 1883. So, I mean, just that time period in general is...
Yeah.
Yeah.
As a female.
Yeah, super
As a human.
As a human.
Yeah.
Yes, but... and her mother died at a very young age, and her father abandoned her and gave her to an orphanage. So,
Okay. All right.
little rough start there.
Yeah.
But her name is Coco Chanel. She's one of my favorite designers, and one of
Like Chanel?
Yeah, like Chanel.
The brand.
Yeah, yeah.
With the C's?
The C's, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. And I really relate to her in quite a few ways, because when I was younger, I wouldn't say I was poor, but definitely had a humble upbringing, if you will. And I remember like being really wanting to create through my fashion and express myself, but didn't always have the means to do so. And so I would go to like thrift stores, or sometimes we do like a thing called dumpster diving, but not like for food or anything. But
wait. We're gonna get back to Coco Chanel, but
okay,
you called it a thing called dumpster diving. It's dumpster diving,
right?
Okay, you was diving in dumpsters. All right.
Okay, yeah, but it would be like for like these clothing products and different. I mean, we could find.
You don't have to go into detail. I get it. You was inside the garbage.
Anyways, yeah, one might see it as garbage, but
clearly adversity was your ally. You definitely
right. And so, and I would make all kinds of creative outfits that I would express myself with, and it made me extremely happy to do so.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah,
I thought of it that
and I
way.
got compliments and stuff, which I couldn't believe that I did, but I really was able to create from what other people would call rubbish or garbage, so to speak. And so she did a very similar thing in that she took fabrics from, like the working class, and she created what we know today as luxury items. Yeah.
Okay.
So she revolutionized women's fashion. And so another thing that was really challenging during those times was the fact that men really dictated women's fashion. And so women had to wear these extremely uncomfortable corsets, made it really hard in the digestive system, and just super challenging to be trapped up in those things. So she got rid of those. And I mean, it wasn't quite that easy, but
be gone.
And so she is definitely somebody that I would say used or saw adversity and transformed it into her ally.
Oh, it's beautiful. All right. Now, in our last taping, there's been many tapings, but in the last one, I asked the same question. I got to ask again. Didn't she create something that currently women wear today that almost across all over the world, which is the pantsuit?
Absolutely, yeah. And that happened after World War II.
All right.
Yep. And so her shop was actually
in quarantine.
Closed down. It was in quarantine. She was closed down for 15 years. Well, it wasn't in quarantine, but everything was pretty much shut down. And her business was shut down for about 15 years. And then after the war, she was inspired to create the pantsuit so that women could be chic, comfortable, and active.
Wow. All right. Are you done?
I am, yes.
All right. I just want
thank you.
So I also chose a woman.
Okay.
She was also born in the 1800s, same as Coco. Can I call her Coco? I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, her real name is Gabrielle, but yes, you can.
I'm gonna call her Coco.
Yeah.
So the lady I chose, born in the Ukraine in the late 1800s. She, around the age of 4 or 5, came to the United States, and lo and behold, ended up in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Now, many of our viewers may not know this, but we are currently we're in Milwaukee County. Maybe we're not in Milwaukee, but we're in Milwaukee County right now. And so I chose this lady not because of I understood her adversity. I didn't understand her life until after I chose a quote. So I picked her because of the quote she said about adversity.
I see. Okay.
And that caused me to be inspired to learn more about her. So this is what I learned that I think are the highlights. I mean, someone's whole life, I've only got like 6 things. But here they go. Here we go. She went to school in Milwaukee, Wisconsin at North Division. So I thought that was pretty interesting. She went to school there. And she also went to another school, which at the time was called 4th Street School. And at 4th Street School, she joined a... She actually collaborated. Look at that. I'm trying to use the word. Thank you.
Well done.
She collaborated with fellow students and she raised funds for her classmates that did not have enough money to get school books or their uniforms and things of that nature. And that was when she was a young girl. That's before she was 14. Then she matured. She helped form a new country and ended up signing its Declaration of Independence.
Wait, a new country? You said?
Yes.
Oh, all right. Just that's pretty
People do
profound.
that.
Yeah, I know.
People
I just wasn't
form
expecting
countries.
that.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, she did that.
Cool.
And by 1984, after her passing, she was memorialized on the currency of that country. At 56, whilst serving the country and being one of its ambassadors, the prime minister at the time asked her to change her name, her last name, something that would symbolize the new country and its spirit and things of that nature. She agreed, which I think is pretty cool, right? Talk about collaboration. She was all in. She changed her last name to a word that means illuminate. And she definitely shined, because by the time she was near the end of her life, she became the prime minister of that country, which is the only female prime minister the country ever had, even to this day. I chose her because of this quote. You'll never find a better sparring partner than adversity. And when I thought about it, and I knew our subject, and it's the first episode, so I wanted it to be, something really in alignment. I really, I love the words. I thought, wow, it's a sparring partner, not an enemy. Right? And when you think about boxing, not that I think about it often, but I happen to follow the sport a little bit.
Sure.
You spar with someone, and they improve your ability to perform. And so adversity becomes your ally. Now, I haven't mentioned her name.
I know, I've been waiting.
Have you been waiting?
Yes.
Her name is Golda Meir. And I just ended up loving her. Hey, what's up, Bingley?
This is Mr. Bingley.
Yes, he has arrived. So, I must say, Golda Meir, absolutely love the quote, you'll never find a better sparring partner than adversity. She just moved me with that one. And then learning everything about her life and the things she endured and how she created a new country, I just loved all that.
Well, yeah, I mean, I always say that, all the challenges that come our way are here to reveal our greatness. And I'm sure you've heard before that, adversity is here to make you greater, no doubt. But when we say adversity is your ally, it's just like an upgrade. It's like bumping up the thought, so to speak.
Right.
Refinement, if you will.
Right, absolutely.
Because if you really see it as, wow, this isn't something that's against me. This is something that is helping me grow or
granting an opportunity.
Yeah.
Right. Definitely.
Right.
I just want to say there's this. I'm not sure you've heard of this, but there's this this pandemic occurring. Yeah. And
adversity.
And I have to admit that initially, when I was learning about it, studying it, understanding everything that's going on, I'm sure like many people, had deep concern. Matter of fact, my daughter was overseas studying abroad, and so I ended up caring about it probably before most Americans and thinking about it and things of that nature. And now that it's here stateside, I have to say that it has granted me an opportunity to improve my eating and improve exercising. And I'll be the first to admit, didn't really want to improve either of those things.
Right.
I felt like I was doing a good job as well as I was.
Yeah.
But then I heard, hey, you know, if you take some adjustments and this adversity will grant you an opportunity to be healthier. I'm going after it.
Right.
I'm not, I see, I've been online, Instagram, and all the other things, and I see other people are they're really dedicated. They got like different things that they're going to do every day. They're going to be really dynamic people at the end, I can tell. I don't have a regiment or anything like that. I just have a personal commitment to doing a little bit more every day to give myself an opportunity that whenever we are able to go out and see each other again, that I will be a better version because of the adversity that I find myself in right now.
Well done. I mean, that is a great way to carrorize yourself. And
I'm practicing.
I see that.
Thank you.
That's why that's why we love Carrorism, because it is a positive psychology practice, and we emphasize the practice because it's not always easy to be positive, especially in times of challenges and adversity. Like we're in a pandemic, quarantine, lockdown. I mean, and so we practice getting ourselves to a positive state of mind. So anyways, we're going to conclude with our question of the day.
Yep.
And what is it?
The question of the day was actually, how do you practice your positive psychology?
Oh, okay.
What do you do to carrorize yourself?
I love that question. I mean, there's quite a few ways.
There's a lot of
different ways.
Oh, ways. I'm sorry.
There's a lot of questions.
There are a lot of questions. I'm sorry.
But also there are a lot of ways that I carrorize myself. One way that I carrorize myself is by feeding myself a healthy word of the day, like we did today.
Okay.
Which was collaborate. So feeding yourself a healthy word of the day is, like I think we said this before, it's a way to boost your psychological and emotional immune system. It's kind of like vitamin C, if you will.
Really, well, here's the beautiful part that scientists have discovered is that because words are ideas, and ideas activate the brain in either a positive or negative way. Matter of fact, negative ideas can literally cause what are they called?
Dendrites.
Dendrites. Thank you. You always get the word right. I always say something interesting like dandruffs. Because I always think of dandruff because it's in. Never mind. So
I mean, it's close to that.
It's close. It's inaccurate.
It's on your head.
It's inaccurate though. What did you say they were?
Close.
What are they?
Dendrites.
Dendrites. Yes. So those are like when I think of them, I think of them like the roots that come out of a tree because they connect all the webbing inside the brain. And so when you're thinking something negative, they shrink. They literally begin to die off. And literally causing brain damage is what scientists. But when you think of something positive, they connect and they activate, and you end up in a positive state, and it's just a beautiful thing. And the more you focus on that, you end up in a better place. And so your psychological and emotional immune system gets boosted. And I didn't know that when I started playing with healthy words and thinking about positive language. I just knew I felt better.
Right.
I just knew it felt good. I knew I had found myself in a new space, and I really wanted more and more of that.
So how do you carrorize yourself?
How do I carrorize myself? Currently, I am carrorizing myself with a salad a day.
Right, I mean, you did mention that. You use the adversity as your ally.
I am. It's a salad a day. I'm sure my children at this point are... I don't post it on Instagram or Facebook or any of that, but I do have all my children on one, I have them all there. There's 4 of them, so there's 4. So I send them a text message of the stages of salad making every day. And
I mean, that's a
I don't get any responses. The first 2 salads, I got responses like, "Oh, that's nice, Dad." Things of that nature. But now there's no one says anything. But I do know they know the stages of making a good salad. And to be candid, for all of you, if the number is 414-530-9275. If you text me, I'll send you the 2 hours that it takes to chop up all the stuff in a salad.
Or the other thing that you can do, since he just gave you his phone number, you could text any questions that you have about carrorism.
Right, that's true.
Yeah,
that too.
Please send in any questions that you have about carrorism. We'd love to answer them for you. And thanks for hanging out with us. And
as I like to always say, especially when I'm doing workshops in schools, is be kind to yourself and everyone else, right? And that's it.
Keep on carrorizing.
Goodbye.